He doesn't know much, but he does know comic book shipping. And here's Shipshape Update with Comic Book Man.
See that the humans remain entertained until the end.
Comic Book Man knows just what you need. Think I'm lying? Check it out.
Hey folks, how you doing? Comic Book Man here. Welcome once again to my video outhouse. It's time for Shipshape Update! And this is the update for October the 13th, 2010. This is your teachable moment for everything at Shipping to Alternate Reality. This coming Wednesday, 13th of October, 2010. Doors is always open at 8 a.m. And if you show up at 8 a.m., you will find 228 brand new items for your shopping and buying and perusing pleasure.
All day to go through all that.
You will also find 69 reorder items for a grand total of 297. Total items that are coming to Alternate Reality is coming Wednesday. Moons of Uranus isn't going to get that many. Crunchy Nuts isn't going to get that many. Comic Crazy House isn't going to get that many. Sensation Comics comic shops didn't get that any when they had 8 stores.
Is that why you're decked out like Christmas?
But I am, and you are too if you come down here to Alternate Reality. Of course, all new comics are 15% off every day for everyone. And if you also come down this Wednesday, you'll be able to meet Henri Copen. He is the writer-publisher of Yu Shen Shun, which is a comic book series about Korean War battle in the 16th century. It's a lot like 300 was, except it's Korean, obviously.
The odds are stacked against them.
Different war, but the odds are stacked against them. It's a very good book, and Henri will be here at the store from 11 to 5, and you can come down and meet him. He'll be signing books. You can talk to him about publishing, you can talk to him about writing, talk to him about the Korean War. Not the one we were in, but the 16th century one. And he'll be down here. Also this week, I've got Postertopia going on, which is our poster sale, which we have 3 or 4 times a year. Buy any 2 posters, you get a third one free. So come on down to the store and get yourself something to cover up those holes in the wall. Now, also, starting this Wednesday, we have our Hero of the Month sale. Not actually starting, that's been going on since the first of the month, but it's Marvel Gods this month. All my Marvel Gods trades and comic books are 25% off the back issues. Also, we always do a Hero of the Week book. Those books are $1 each, and Marvel Gods is featured. Thor number 616 is coming out this week, and so I'm going to have Thor comics down here for $1, and Untold Tales of the Blackest Night one-shot is coming out this week, so I'm going to have Blackest Night comics out here for $1. So come on down this week for those. The Untold Tales of the Blackest Night is 4 brand new tales from the Blackest Night that have never been seen before. That's a new book that's shipping this week, but there'll be older Blackest Night books that'll only be $1 each. Thor 616 that I mentioned before is going to be the first in our Magnificent 7 for this week. What's a Magnificent 7? 7 books every week are 40% off. Comics and trade paperbacks. Thor 616 leads it off. It's written by Matt Fraction, drawn by Mr. Ferry. It's a $3.99 cover, $2.39 here at the store. The Dark Gods are coming for Asgard right as they're in the middle of reconstruction. Oh my God, what could possibly happen? That's going to be 40% off this week. Also, this week, Warlord of Mars, #1 from Dynamite, 32 pages, full color. It's only $1 cover price. It's 60 cents for you if you come to Alternate Reality this Wednesday. Arvid Nelson's the writer. Steven Sandowski, who's done other stuff at Dynamite, is the artist. It is the prequel teaser comic to the upcoming John Carter Warlord of Mars series. If you remember Buck Rogers, they did exactly the same thing. There was a $1 teaser prequel comic. They're doing it with Warlord of Mars, and that's what's coming out this week. Also, Star Trek, Khan, Ruling in Hell, #1 of 4, $3.99 cover, $2.39 here at the store this Wednesday only. This fills in the gaps of Khan's story between Space Seed and Star Trek to The Wrath of Khan. What did they do on the planet? How did things go to hell in a handbasket? It's going to give you some background on Khan when he was on Earth back in the late 20th century when genetic engineering was all the rage. But come on down, pick that up if you're a big Star Trek fan. From the DC Universe, Knight and Squire #1 of 6 is coming this week. That has a $2.99 cover, $1.79 here at the store. It's written by Paul Cordell and drawn by Jimmy Bruxton. That's England's Batman and Robin, of course. If you've been reading Batman at all over the last year or so, they've reintroduced those 2 characters, and I've talked about that in DC News. There's this bar in England where the heroes and the villains meet, and it's a magical bar. They don't fight, they just meet, and they drink, and they talk, and they get along with each other, but something terrible happens where the magic is taken away, and at the bar, they have a big 6-issue bar fight, apparently. So that starts this week. And finally, our hero of the, our book of the week, our book of the week is Superior #1 of 6 from Icon, Marvel Icon. $2.99 cover, $1.79 here at the store. Mark Millar writes, Lionel Francis Liu draws. Little Ollie Jansen was a high school athlete superstar until multiple sclerosis crippled him. Now he's locked in a wheelchair and he spends his life reading comics and watching movies until one day, Superior knocks on the front door and says, "How you doing, kid?" That starts this week. Be sure to check it out. I also, staying with First Day Sale, 2 trade paperbacks, Captain America, Black Panther, Flags of Our Fathers trade paperbacks coming in this week. This is the 4-issue miniseries from Reginald Hudlin and Dennis Cowan. $14.99 cover, $8.99 here at the store. Also, X-Men Second Coming Revelations hardcover, 200 pages, $24.99, $14.99 here at the store this Wednesday only. X-Factor 204 to 206, Hellbound 1 through 3, and the one-shots Hope, Revelations, and Blind Science are all collected in this trade. All for you. 40% off, Wednesday only. Time for the horse race. This week, we have got DC Comics in first place once again with 27 titles, 2 weeks in a row. Marvel comes in second with 22 titles. Image is third with 7 titles. Dynamite is fourth with 5. Dark Horse is fifth with 5. And your breakdown on the last 2 is 1995 for Dynamite and 1646 for Dark Horse. I also have 26 indie titles coming in this week. I've got 33 Crap Factor titles this week for a grand total of 125 brand new comics that'll be at Alternate Reality at 8 a.m. this coming Wednesday. Don't you dare miss it! And now it's time to go to the Kids Corner and find out what's going on in kids shipping for this week. And we're in the Kids Corner. Here's your rundown of all the stuff that's coming in for kids this week at Alternate Reality. All this stuff will be here at the store, so come on down. In trade paperbacks, we've got G-Man trade paperback, Volume 2, Cape Crisis. We've got Muppet Snow White trade paperback, Phineas and Ferb, the early comic reader number 3. Hey, where's Perry? That's the whole name of it. X-Babies Classic trade paperback, Volume 1. On the comic book end of things, we've got Archie and Friends, number 148. Comic Book Guy, the Comic Book, number 4 of 5. Muppet Sherlock Holmes, number 2 of 4. Sonic Universe, number 21. Superhero Squad, number 10. Superheroes, Marvel Superheroes, number 7. Thor, the Mighty Avenger, number 5. Toy Story, Tales from the Toy Chest, number 1. Uncle Scrooge, number 396. And our kids' book of the week is Tiny Titans Meet the Little Archies, number 1 of 3. This is written by Art Balthazar and Franco. Drawn by Art Balthazar, Southside's own Art Balthazar. Art's done some work for us here at the store. If you've ever seen the Comic Book Man caricature, which may be up right now, that's Art. That's Art who drew that, along with some other stuff here that you've seen around on the Video Outhouse. But anyway, what would happen if they found out that Riverdale and Sidekick City both shared the same downtown area? What if they both had the same school buses, the same playgrounds, the same dry cleaners, the same 7-Elevens? What would happen if?
The same crack house.
They'd probably go and play in the park together.
Probably.
And that's what happens. The little Archies and the Tiny Titans, they run into each other because Riverdale and Sidekick City are right next door to each other. So they meet each other and they play. They have a play date.
That's sweet.
Anyway, that'll be down here this week. Don't you dare miss it. I've got some reorders this week. Scooby-Doo Volumes 1, 2, 5, and 6 are coming back in. Superhero Squad number 8. Superheroes number 3. Again, Marvel Superheroes. Yu-Gi-Oh! R Volume 3 is coming back in this week. And finally, our magazines for this week. And as always, these are magazines which you will not find at other comic book stores, but you will find at Alternate Reality.
And they're delightful magazines.
Because we really care about kids, and we wanted to have as much stuff here down here for kids.
That's why we do the Kids Corner.
Boys Life is coming in this week.
I needed that when I had to have it.
Cricket's coming in this week, which is a magazine about nature. Kiwi is coming in this week, which actually is an Australian magazine, but it's all about kids. And it's a generalist magazine. It's not about Australia, but it's from Australia. And it's a generalist magazine about kids and raising kids. And it's actually pretty good. We've got Quick and Easy Painting for moms. This isn't necessarily for kids, but for moms. And
Painting kids?
Your Big Backyard, which is, of course, another nature magazine, which has been around forever and is a wonderful little magazine for little kids. So, that's it.
Learn something by accident.
That's all we have for the Kids Corner. Time to go back to Command Central and the Late List. Let's do it. And we're back from the Kids Corner. Time for the Late List. We've got 38 new items that have been added to the Late List this week. Of course, go to the store's website. Every shipping page has got the late list on it. I update it every single week. It's a brand new list every week, so you're not looking at an old list. And this week, we've got DC mostly. Marvel is going to be the basket case, but DC mostly. Unknown Soldier number 25 are among the highlights. It's been pushed back, which is the last issue of that series. Been pushed back to the 3rd of November. And DC's got a bunch of statues that have also been pushed back. The Michael Keaton Batman statue has been pushed back. Women of the DC Universe Series 3 Catwoman bust has been pushed back.
That should have been pushed up.
DC Chronicles Superman statue's been pushed back, and the DC Dynamics Green Lantern statue have been pushed back. Go to the late list pages and check out the actual dates on those if you're interested in those products. The basket case for this week, however, is Shadowland. Marvel's Shadowland event where DC goes absolutely bonkers. A lot of books in the Shadowland have been pushed back. They include Shadowland, Daughters of the Dragon number 3, which is pushed back to the 3rd of November. And Shadowland number 5, Shadowland Blood on the Streets 4, Shadowland Power Man 4 have all been pushed back to the 24th of November, just before Thanksgiving. So Shadowland is our basket case of the week because of that. Renumber those dates on your list if you're keeping track of them. Last thing we've got, of course, is our checklist. The checklist, if you go to the store's checklist page and you right-click on it, this is what should come printing out of your printer. You can have it on yellow paper or green paper or red paper or any color paper you want. I would not recommend black. Black will be very hard to read.
Black's a tough read.
Black's a tough read. But this is what will be coming out. This is all 125 new comics that I mentioned in the horse race that are coming into alternate reality this week. So here you go. And that's it. We're done. We're finished. We're out of here. Stop by this Wednesday for Henri Copen. He will be here, like I said, from 11 to 5. Come on down and say hi to him. Don't make him feel lonely.
Bring your questions.
Bring your questions
We'll talk
and
more.
talk to him about publishing. And until next time, this is Comic Book Man saying bye.